Hi, this is Ryan Cardula, and I'm your instructor for AEP 858 Data Analysis and Assessment. I'm excited to be able to work with you this term, and I want to share some information about the course to help you get started. The first thing I do is I always access the course materials through Blackboard. So the best way to do that would be to click on Students, and then click on Blackboard. And then right over here will be your courses, so scroll down and find your course. Or find this course. Right here. So here's our course in Blackboard. And you'll see a few things on this page. You'll see announcements, you'll see course shell, Google Plus Community, and my grades, and some other links here for some other helpful Google communities. But you'll also see the announcement that I sent out to start class. I want to point out a few other things about Blackboard. Basically, it's used for a couple things. It's used for announcements. It's also used for grades. And it's also used to access the class materials. So first off, we're going to start off with our course shell. So to click on to access the course shell or the course content, click on course shell, and it should launch you out to our website. I'm going to go through a few things to help you get started with the class. So the first thing we do is we click on course orientation, and we're going to click on Ryan Cardula. And here's information about me. If you want to know something about me, kind of what I'm interested in, what I do, you can click right down and read some things about me. You can also access our syllabus at this location. Our syllabus has a ton of good information on it. You can actually scroll down if you want to and read it all. You can also click this button right here and expand it to a new tab. And then it's easier to scroll down. At this point, you can print it or download it. But I want to scroll down and show a few things to you. It's quite long, because there's lots of information in it, but I want to scroll down and show you some things about the syllabus. The assignments are all included in the syllabus, so we can scroll down and find them. So here is your course schedule. So you'll see the modules, and we'll look at those in just a minute, but here's the module, here's the description, and here's the due date. So you kind of understand when things are due. And you can print this off so you'll have a hard copy. This is our syllabus. The next thing I want to talk about is our learning activities and our modules. So if you click on the word modules, you'll get this screen pop up here. And it explains to you about how the standards should be incorporated. It also talks about what the modules are. And it also talks about some expectations for the assignments. The modules are all set up pretty similarly. So if I click on Module 1, you'll see a rationale. And you'll see an assignment, and then you'll also see a rubric. The rubric kind of helps you understand the expectations and what you need to do for each module. Module 2, if you look at that one, you'll see that it's your first discussion board. It has a rationale. It has some readings this time, because this is how you learn the content. It has an assignment, and it has a rubric. So every time you should look at the rubric, you should look at the readings, you should look at the assignment to understand what to do. And they're all about the same. Module 3, about the same setup. So those are your modules. We'll come back to the Google community in a minute. Here's your assignment calendar. I pointed out the assignments in the syllabus, but we have a nice calendar here that you can use. And right now it's set up in agenda format. And if you click right here behind me, right here is a add to Google community. You actually add the calendar to your Google calendar on your computer. A couple of things I want to point out to you are the standards. So these are the standards that we use for this course. Right now we use two sets, the NALP standards and the ISTE standards. And for this course, we don't use them all. We just use the ones that apply to data analysis and assessment. So for the modules and the project, you'll want to use the standards. So here's the NALP ones, and the ISTE ones were above. So that's your course website. So to get started with this course, you'll want to click on Learning Activities, then Modules, and then click on Module 1, and that's where you're going to start. Now, as far as your work and your products and the things you're creating, you're going to post those in the Google Plus community. So I'll click back on the Blackboard link, and I go to Google Plus Community. Click on that. It'll actually launch you out to our community. And this is where you'll interact with your classmates. You'll see down the left, you'll see the modules. So what you'll do to Module 1, you'll click on Module 1. You will click on what do you want to share. You'll make your post, and then you'll click Post, and it'll actually post it into the community. Really pretty easy. You can review others' work. You can comment on others' work, and you'll be expected to do that, and particularly in the discussion board. Anytime you have a question or something about the work, just please make comments, because it's about interaction, about collaboration. So that's so I've shown you the course shell, I've shown you Google Plus Community. So some things about this course. This course is built on several pieces of research. The primary researcher here is Victoria Barnhart, and her multiple measures research. You'll see this Venn diagram a lot in this course, in the multiple measures. You'll also see another piece of research by Victoria Barnhart is her continuous school improvement model. And that's what this is right here, the School Improvement Planning Guide. And it's really based on 5 questions. And you'll see this a lot. A lot of the activities and the structures and things that we use in this class is based on some work by Garmston and Woolman and their work in adaptive schools. It's really about how you collaborate and how you work with groups and how you really engage that unique voice. So I think you'll find some of this really helpful. The last piece of information that this class is kind of based on is a collaborative learning cycle. This was data research by Woolman and Laura Lipton. So this is some good stuff, and you'll see this also show up in the class as well. So I'm really excited to be able to work with you this semester. I hope you learn from it. Hope you find the class very valuable. If you have questions, feel free to contact me.